Getting around on campus is a bit more difficult, especially if you need to do business in the Titan Student Union. And watch out for traffic delays along Yorba Linda Boulevard.
Bernie Sanders has a surprise win, and Trump continues to sweep primaries. If we could only find a quiet place to nap on campus. Well, we did. Find out where coming up. OC News starts right now.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of OC News. I'm Isla Martinez.
And I'm Joe Moreno. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students of Communications Department at Cal State Fullerton. Construction continues, not only on the Cal State Fullerton campus, but also its surrounding areas, causing delays and more traffic than normal.
The main lobby entrance to the TSU and food court remains closed during construction. However, students can access all areas of the TSU, including both upstairs and downstairs. The one change, however, is that the area near the ATMs may be closed occasionally, so students need to beware. However, on a positive note, the TSU is expected to reopen in a year's time, in spring of 2017. The TSU is not the only place here at Cal State Fullerton that is experiencing construction, as right behind me, the Yorba Linda Boulevard eastbound lane is experiencing it as well. The construction, which began a couple days ago, will go all the way until April 8th, as new water lines are being installed. Students are recommended to take the Nutwood exit off the freeway and avoid State College to avoid as much traffic as possible. I'm Jonathan Tribuco for OC News.
Cal State Fullerton students are in the midst of midterms. You can see it on their faces. It's stress time. But what if we could reduce some of that stress by finding a perfect spot on campus for a nap? Our own Rayleigh Escoboza found a quiet place for a few winks.
Cal State Fullerton Titans decided to hit the snooze button and catch some Z's here on the ECS lawn between 11 and 3 p.m. at the first annual Sleep Health event. This event was put on by the Peer Health Association here at Cal State Fullerton.
I think my favorite part is that I get to take a nap on campus because we usually don't have like a designated spot to take a nap on campus. Like when we're just like either at the library or the TSU, like just trying to find somewhere to sleep. And then like right here we have a designated place.
Taking a nap on campus was a little bit different. I wasn't really sure what to expect when I walked in, especially because I wasn't sure like if my cell phone was going to be safe or if I was even going to fall asleep because of all the noise in the background. But I was able to fall asleep maybe after about 5 minutes, and once I fell asleep I didn't even realize like the time went by so quickly.
My favorite part was taking a pledge to improve your sleep. One of the examples was to download a sleep app. I've personally done that for a few months, and it's really made me more aware of how many hours of sleep I get a night.
Well, we're Peer Health University Network. We're fun. We just kind of inform people about healthy decisions and, bettering your own life.
Peer Health wants to remind Titans to prioritize their sleep and looks to put on more events like this in the future. Sleep easy, Titans. With OC News, I'm Rayleigh Escoboza.
Thanks, Riley. There was no shortage of surprises during this week's Democratic primaries in Michigan. Sanders took an astonishing victory over the heavily favored Clinton in a very tight race. The victory in Michigan has proved that Sanders is a real threat to Clinton's campaign and also showed a vital flaw in her messaging. And polls ran by CNN voters in Michigan found that they believed in Sanders' economic plan and also found him to be more honest and trustworthy than Clinton. Sanders' message resonated with the blue-collar workers in Michigan, and with more Midwest primaries on the way, Clinton has to change how she's being conveyed to the middle class. With Michigan behind us now, though, the primaries are headed to Ohio and Florida, with both Clinton and Trump currently crushing their competition with voters. Clinton leads Sanders by 63% to 33% in Ohio and 61% to 34% in Florida. Trump is leading both Cruz and Rubio by nearly 2-1 in their respective home states. On the Republican side, Trump is leading both Cruz and Rubio in their respective states. With Trump winning both Mississippi and Michigan, he's more confident than ever that he will win the nomination, so much that he's calling for Rubio and Cruz to drop out of the race if he takes Florida and Ohio. In an interview with Anderson Cooper, Trump claims that victory in both Cruz's and Rubio's home states would be a knockout blow to his competition. The primaries for Florida, Illinois, Missouri, North Carolina, and Ohio began March 15th, and currently both Trump and Clinton lead their respective parties by a significant margin. But if the results of this past Super Tuesday have taught us anything, it's that there is always room for upsets during this already surprising 2016 election season. Back to you, Isla.
Keep your sandals and boots handy because more strange weather is heading our way.
And rapper 50 Cent has the name, but not the money, as he's going to court for bankruptcy. We have all this coming up after the break.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent.
We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Picking a college, man. You and us. Go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos. Go to GetSchooled.com.
You guys might be planning to put on your t-shirts and miniskirts since it is already March, but not so fast. Let's check out what the weather is going to be like in the next few days with Ashley.
Thanks, Isla. Currently, temperatures in Fullerton are at 75 degrees with a low of 54 degrees, winds at 7 miles per hour, humidity is at 41%. Sunrise tomorrow is at 6:07 a.m. and sunset at 5:55 p.m. this evening. Our 5-day forecast, Wednesday, temperatures looking into 75, tomorrow 77, dipping into the low 60s as of Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's about an 80% of precipitation as of Friday. Should warm up through Saturday and Sunday with a chance of showers as of Monday next week. Moving on to current temperatures throughout our states, looking into warmer temperatures inside of Florida, Washington, and New York areas, while the West Coast looking into the cooler temperatures with a chance of showers this weekend. Current temperatures 78 degrees with a low of 62 after the sun sets tonight at 11. There is a light cool breeze traveling through at 5 miles per hour with a 52% humidity. Moving on to national weather. Temperatures in Oregon and California looking to drop into the lower 60s with a chance of rain 2 to 3 inches through Sunday. Northern California looking to be a little bit more wetter areas. And finally, Sunday, don't forget to set your clocks forward as it is spring forward. So there is a lot more sunlight to look forward to in the coming months. Back to you.
We wrapped up with the weather here. See how Zoe Saldana looks like in a black makeup, and pay respect to Sir George Martin, producer of the Beatles, who passed away yesterday at the age of 90. Her Davia has the latest.
In entertainment today, our first story is on the Zoe Saldana blackface controversy with the actress starring as Nina Simone in the biographical movie of the singer's career. The release of last week's trailer and poster for Nina, which showed Saldana wearing dark makeup and a prosthetic nose, has reignited debate over whether producers were right to cast as Saldana, an American of Dominican and Puerto Rican descent.
Black is the color of my true Do you know who I am?
Yeah. My mother used to listen to you.
Queen Latifah and Paula Patton have defended Zoe Saldana against claims that she performed in blackface. They think Zoe Saldana is a great actress and they are looking forward to it. Queen Latifah said she is of African descent and I don't see why she shouldn't play the role. I just wanted to see it. Get rid of the hype and let's go watch a movie. That's what Queen Latifah said. Now, with Star Wars, director J.J. Abrams reveals his big Leia mistake in Star Wars, The Force Awakens. Abrams said he understood why some fans felt like the princess turned resistance leader had dissed Han's Wookiee partner at one of his saddest moments. It was his big idea to have Chewbacca, despite the pain he was feeling, focus on saving Finn, and then have Rey find Leia and Leia find Rey. So for Star Wars fans and Harry Potter fans, we have great news in literature. J.K. Rowling is expanding Harry Potter's wizardly world to North America on Pottermore, her official Harry Potter website, in anticipation of the movie Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Planned release this November 18th, Rowling will publish a new installment of her History of Magic in North America each day for the rest of this week. Today, 50 cents became a quarter. He admitted to using fake money in his social media posts and photos. The rapper once held a net worth of $155 million. Now has to answer to a judge who wants full transparency after the social media photos of 50 Cent laying with stacks of cash. 50 Cent said he lied and only posted the photos to keep up his image, and most of the items in photos are either borrowed or rented. On Tuesday, a music legend died. Sir George Martin, the music producer whose collaboration with the Beatles helped redraw the boundaries of popular music. He died at age 90, peacefully at home in England, according to his management team. He is known as the fifth Beatle, and his career spanned 7 decades. He was recognized globally as one of music's most creative talents and a gentleman to the end. That's all for entertainment today. Back to you.
Coming up, the CSUF Titans aren't doing so well this week in sports. The Fullerton College basketball team is no longer in the playoffs.
And find out who signed with what teams as the NFL free agency officially opened today.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent.
We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
The earthquakes you see in movies are one thing, but real life is a completely different animal. Just because you can't predict an earthquake doesn't mean that you can't prepare for one. In the event of a real earthquake, you should drop, cover, and hold on. Visit ready.gov/earthquake and practice what to do to keep you and your family safe in the event of a real earthquake. And you'll be seen as a hero by your family and your loved ones.
Visit ready.gov/earthquake today.
The Titans have a disappointing start to the league, and the NFL kicked off free agency today with headlines aplenty. Here's Miguel to cover it all.
Hey everyone, it's time to cover this busy week in sports so far, and there's a lot of topics to cover. The Cal State Fullerton's baseball team dropped their series opener against Arizona State in a 5-3 loss on Tuesday night. The result brings Arizona State to a 9-3 record and leaves Fullerton at 6-5 as they play again tonight at 6 p.m. Big news coming out of the NFL as the league year opened up today. Quarterback Brock Osweiler and the Houston Texans agreed to a 4-year, $72 million deal. Osweiler started a couple games for the Broncos last season when Peyton Manning went down with an injury, but then went back to the bench after Manning became healthy enough to play. Now Manning is retired and Osweiler is on another team. So where does that put the Denver Broncos? Well, they can go out and get a short-term fix with the veteran quarterback such as Ryan Fitzpatrick, Robert Griffin III, or maybe they can revisit the Tim Tebow experience, or bring in Johnny Manziel. All right, let's not get ahead of ourselves now. The Broncos have Hall of Fame quarterback John Elway calling the shots as their general manager. They have draft picks to use on a promising young quarterback. They have short-term options to choose from in free agency, and they are the reigning Super Bowl champs. Take a breather, Broncos fans, because this emotional roller coaster isn't over just yet. Even though they did retain Super Bowl MVP Von Miller, they still have ground to cover in their own division. The Oakland Raiders signed linebacker Bruce Irvin to pair with defensive star Khalil Mack, creating nightmares for backfields everywhere. The Raiders also signed coveted guard Kelechi Osemele to protect quarterback Derek Carr and his many targets on offense. The San Diego Chargers signed former Browns wide receiver Travis Benjamin to a 4-year deal worth $24 million, hoping to kickstart a stagnant return game that only gained 84 total yards last season. The team also re-signed tight end Antonio Gates to a 2-year deal, giving hope to a team that finished last in the AFC West with a 4-12 record last season. The Kansas City Chiefs retained Pro Bowl safety Eric Berry and re-signed Pro Bowl linebacker Tamba Hali to a 3-year deal. This is promising news for the Chiefs, who finished second to the Broncos and managed to win one game in the playoffs last season. Who do they beat? They beat the Texans, who won their division with a 9-7 record. And now that playoff loss seems almost irrelevant, considering they now have a franchise quarterback in Osweiler, a solid starting running back in newly signed Lamar Miller, and don't forget, they still have their monster defensive end, J.J. Watt. Now let me just remind you that this is just the first day of the new league year, and many teams have a lot of ground to cover. But considering it's March and the season starts in September, and we're still talking about the NFL right now, well, that should be an indication that this will not be a boring offseason for NFL fans. So don't worry, September will come soon enough. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Miguel. The Fullerton College men's basketball team faced Chaffey last Wednesday in a heartbreaking match. This saw Fullerton lose 73-71. Here's Elena Garrett with the story.
Fullerton College Hornets took a stinging loss Wednesday against Chaffey College. The Hornets lost by 2 points after heading into overtime. Kenny Barnes, number 11, discussed the team's effort during the game.
I think the first half we kind of slacked a little bit. Ian Fox hit a couple of good threes. Jairus he put up a good battle, trying to help us come back, but we kind of fell short. Second half, I think we came back. I hit a lot of good big shots just to get us back in the game. We fought really hard. Jairus hit a lot of good shots. We played defense. Blake McBride played really good defense. That was just a tough shot at the end, and it just ended like that.
Although Barnes led the game with 25 points, the Hornets took a heartbreaking loss. However, he said the team will make a comeback.
I really go down deep. I know Perry Webster's got a lot of training for us to do. So it's just going to be really working hard. That's what we're going to be doing, really dedicating our bodies into practice and getting better.
This leaves the Hornets out of the playoffs, where they would have advanced to the next round and eventually to the championships. This has been Alana Garrett for OC News.
That's all tonight. Join us on social media to tell us about important stories you would like to see covered on OC News.
You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, all under the OC News CSUF handle.
Join us back here on Monday at 5 p.m. for another live edition of OC News. Have an awesome rest of the week.